I think, look, the president's going to have to happy talk the economy. He's not going to say, we're going into recession, it's going to be awful. He's the president of the United States. He's not going to say that. I think Jamie Dimon's just being a truth teller, seeing things as he sees it. He sits on a mountain of data, so I think he has a pretty good sense of where things are going. The problem with the administration is they're, in my opinion, putting in place the exact wrong fiscal policy. Literally, they're doing the opposite of what they should be doing.
In terms of what?
They're talking up tax increases. They tried to pass monumental tax increases. They're over-regulating. They're stimulating inflation. They're pumping demand when they should be focusing on the supply side, and they're not doing that.
There's a lot more to talk about there, and the supply side is a very good point. Their talk of raising taxes is the opposite of what we've seen from England right now, from the UK. Their talk of cutting taxes, and the markets hated that too. So is there policy at this point?
Without getting to the UK issue and Liz Truss's internal problems in her caucus, I would say the idea that we're going to raise taxes on businesses is a really bad idea. If we want to have fiscal policy help with the inflation problem and help prevent a recession, telling all the businesses in America your taxes are going up, don't take risks, don't take investments, is a bad idea. And that's exactly what the government's doing today. You have, within 2 to 3 years, massive expiring provisions. We call it Section 199A. All small businesses that are not C Corps, the vast majority of businesses have a giant tax increase coming, and the administration is preparing for that to happen. Expensing is going to be expiring. That is the most important policy you can put in place, full expensing, to increase productivity, increase jobs, soak up excess demand, reduce inflation, take pressure off the Federal Reserve, and the administration is doing nothing about that. And I think there's some things they could do on labor force, frankly, on welfare reform, to attach benefits to work for able-bodied people. And frankly, I'd love to do immigration reform. That's the one that's gotten away from us for years. But I think there are some things on the supply side you could do to try and mop up inflation, take pressure off the Fed, and instead the Fed's going to have to do it all on their own. And as a result, yeah, I think we're going to go into a recession.
You just described a complete Republican plank for the November election in 4 weeks. Not one thing you just said.
Well, I'm a Republican. What do you expect me to do?
But not one thing you just said has an ice cube's chance of happening in the current administration.
This is why we need divided government.
It's what you said. We started by saying, I don't say exact opposite because the opposite's enough. But it is the opposite of the path we're pursuing right now.
Precisely.
Okay, I agree.
Precisely. We are pursuing an inflationary path right now. And so you can say all you want about the economy, but if you're hitting it with a bunch of demand stimulus, a bunch of extra inflationary spending, that even Jason Furman and Larry Summers says, slow down, this is too much. And then you're threatening the economy, the producers of the economy, the job creators of the economy, with higher taxes that makes them uncompetitive. What are they going to do? They're going to crouch into a fetal position.
Do you think that this is the central problem and challenge of the economy versus sort of an adjacent or marginal issue? And the reason I ask is we were talking earlier about sort of how we look relative to the rest of the world, the steps that we took during the pandemic and afterwards, and a number of the economic policies we put in place. How much do you think it was those fiscal policies versus the monetary policy of how we've approached this that's led to where we are and our own challenges?
Oh, yeah.
And the natural experiment, which I think we're seeing play out around the world.
Yeah, growth occurs on the margins, so I think this does have an effect going forward for sure. But yeah, first of all, we levitated the economy with our monetary policy. The Federal Reserve did a good job. They needed to do what they did. They needed to basically substitute during the pandemic. They needed the first CARES Act. That was important. People couldn't work, so you had to supply some stimulus at the time. But they then went too far. And the Biden administration, when they came in, they had reconciliation. They said, let's get our own spending bill through, take credit for the recovery that's going to happen, and they stoked inflation.